We are here today to recognize Vote Early Day, established to increase early voting turnout by encouraging voters to come out and vote. We also want to encourage them to educate themselves, stay informed on local and state elections, and vote by absentee ballots or early in person. Vote Early Day started in 2020 to combat the negative impact of COVID-19 on the voting turnout. It was initially focused on our youth, our young people. Now we want to encourage all of us to exercise our right to vote and become more actively involved in the electoral process. Today, we want to share with you why it is important to get out and vote, and also some of the procedures you should know to make the voting process smooth and easy. I have the pleasure now of introducing our Cuyahoga County Executive, Chris Ronayne. But before I do that, I would like to let you know that the Board of Elections has had steady numbers. As of today, they have had roughly 7,100 early in-person voting, and as well as 90,000 mail-in ballot requests. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our County Executive, Chris Ronayne.
Thank you, Ms. Torch. Thank you, Yvonne. And good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here today, members of the media, members of the team at the Board of Election, and members of the public. It is good to see the public walking in to vote today. And welcome to Vote Early Day. This is a national celebration, but in Cuyahoga County, we support Vote Early Day. Voting really is, everybody talks about superpowers, your superpower, and it is. Use it well. You have the opportunity to affect the outcome of your future. So please engage in it. We're here today at the Cuyahoga County Board of Elections, and it is my honor as your county executive to continue to encourage you to vote early. You know, we had a good turnout in Cuyahoga County in our last election, the special election of August. We are seeing great petitions for early voting ballots already in this cycle. Vote Early Day, as Yvonne said, was brought forth as a measure to re-engage during the COVID period. And we were glad during pandemic to bring more voters out. And we needed to do that to continue to keep our commitment to supporting voting. So we did, with the National Day, create the Vote Early Day in Cuyahoga County. And during the time, we came up with innovative voting solutions in an effort to keep our democracy really standing. Early voting is increasing in popularity. It's becoming a valuable addition to the democratic process, as we all know, due to the many advantages that early voting offers. Increased accessibility and flexibility. Opens the voting process up to people who have difficulties making it to traditional polling places on voting day or during particular hours of the day. So we support the Board of Elections' work to create more early voting options as they're doing here today. It boosts voter engagement and turnout by allowing for extended windows of opportunity to cast your vote, and while also giving voters more time to consider candidates and issues, allowing more options for voters to increase voter turnout, and especially younger demographics. I've personally been spending a lot of time with high school seniors of late to try to get them to make sure they get registered and exercise their right at the right age of 18 to vote. And so we are also encouraging you to hold your leaders accountable, to push for change and progress, to protect your rights and ensure representation and inclusivity in your government. That means get out and vote. We're here today at the Board of Elections. I want to thank the staff for all they do to accommodate voting, and particularly on this, the National Early Voting Day and Early Voting Day in Cuyahoga County. Please vote. You know what voting day is in November, but get out early and vote today. Thank you very much. It's now my privilege to introduce our Board of Elections Director. He is tireless with his staff at making sure they accommodate in every way what our voters need, which is access to voting. This is Director Anthony Perlotti. Thank you.
Hello, everyone, and I want to thank you all for coming today, and I want to thank the county executive for his tireless efforts in promoting voting, just voting in general, because it is, as he said, a superpower that we all have, and your vote is your voice. All elections are equally important, so everyone should always participate every time they have the opportunity to vote. You're voting for different things each time, but again, all equally important. So I want to go over a little bit of the mechanics and how easy it is to come and vote early at the Board of Elections. Each county is allowed to have one early vote center, and here for Cuyahoga County, it is at our main building at 2925 Euclid Avenue. If you come here to vote early in person, you should not be intimidated. It's the same process as if you go to the polls on election day, except we make it even easier because we have more check-in stations and more staff on hand to help you. When you come, you do need to bring photo ID, and that is pursuant to Ohio law. And so if you have a driver's license, a state ID, a passport, or a federal military ID, you just need to bring that down with you, and that's the only thing you need to know. We'll provide you with the ballot, the pens, and the place to vote. So you come, you check in, you get your ballot, you go to a voting booth, and you mark that ballot, and when it's all done, you go ahead and you put that ballot through one of our scanners here, and you get the most important part of it, your I voted sticker that everybody loves and they walk out with. Voting by mail and is another form of the absentee, equally easy, if you're still able to do that. One of the myths I want to break is that whether you vote by mail early in person, like we're talking here today, those votes count equally as much as if you were to go to the polls on election day. It's not if it's close or it's a tie or anything like that. We count them all. And actually, on election night, when you're looking for your results and you see Cuyahoga County post something around 8 p.m., it is this early in-person vote and the absentee ballots we received that you're seeing. It is no votes from election day. You don't see those till after 9 o'clock. So it's important, and so you need to come down and do that. We have a lot of parking around our building, a lot of signage on where you can park. So as long as you can get to East 30th Street, you'll see the signage, you'll see parking lots there where you can go, take just a couple-minute walk over to our building, and our staff are just waiting for you to come in and help you through this process. So I can't say enough how important it is to vote. In this election, we have a couple statewide issues, we have a countywide Tri-C issue, and your local communities may have school levies or charter amendments, as well as city council, mayors, and all those things. All important stuff. Those are the people who fix the potholes in front of your house and pick up your garbage and all those types of things, so make sure you get out and exercise your voice.